Triggers are your biggest gifts, not because they feel good, but because they reveal what still needs to be held and seen in you. So let me tell you a quick story. I was on a training call recently, and there was this woman who completely took over the space. Loud, definitely had opinions, talking over people, filling in every inch of the virtual room with her big energy. And my first reaction was like total annoyance, tension. I felt myself just shrinking back into that old version of me who goes quiet when someone else takes up too much space. For a moment, I wanted to judge her. And then I caught myself. She wasn't the problem. She was being a mirror to me. She was triggering me, which meant she was showing me something in myself, something I still hadn't fully claimed. My right to take up space, my voice, my bigness, my power. She was embodying the very thing I was still learning to own. The part of me that no longer apologizes for just being me, for speaking or for leading. Because when it comes to triggers, we spend so much energy trying to avoid them. Tiptoeing, shrinking, people-pleasing, overthinking, every move to stay safe, right? But triggers, they aren't dangerous. They're just information that's coming to us. A trigger is your inner self just whispering, hey, there's something inside that still hurts, that needs love. There's something here that still needs to be healed. So the trigger isn't the problem, the avoidance is. Because every time you lean in instead of running away, you reclaim a piece of yourself that you just abandoned to survive. So the next time that something, rises in you and you get that tight chest and your face gets all red and the irritation that you can't explain, just stop for a hot second and don't react. Don't rush to blame that person or that moment. Get curious. What is this really looking at? What's poking at it? Because triggers don't point to the other person. They point to the part of you that's being ignored. It's tired of being ignored. Or maybe it's the part that's scared to speak up. Maybe it's the part that never felt good enough. Or maybe it's the part that learned early that, you needed to stay small to keep the peace. And when you actually look at that without shaming yourself, things finally click. You stop spiraling, you stop overreacting, you stop making everything about the problem in front of you and start seeing the patterns that's been running in your life. That's where real change starts. Not in fixing the trigger, but in finally seeing what it's showing you about you. That's the moment you get your power back. So remember, if you keep ignoring these triggers in your life, you'll keep reliving the same life. Hope this is helpful. Bye.